अखिल भारतीय अध्यक्ष संस्कार भारती डॉक्टर मैसूर मंजुनाथ जी को सादर आमंत्रित है। आदरणीय डॉक्टर मैसूर मंजुनाथ जी।
सबको नमस्कार। I don't know how to begin. My Hindi is very strong. It's still in childhood. फिर भी मैं कल रात मुझे इतना उत्साह था और मैं सोच रहा था कि मैं आज सिर्फ हिंदी में ही आप सबका सामने हिंदी में बात करूं, लेकिन आप सबका हिंदी आज सुबह से सुनकर मेरा सभी उत्साह इतना नीचे होगा, क्योंकि आप सब इतना अद्भुत हिंदी से बात करते हैं। और the problem is, we don't learn Hindi. We learn Hindi only in 3 classes. हाई स्कूल में हम हिंदी पढ़ते हैं कर्नाटक में, लेकिन बाद में हम सब छोड़ देते हैं। फिर भी हिंदी तो हमारा राष्ट्रभाषा है और one wonderful thing that can really connect people, हम सबको हिंदी सीखना चाहिए। लेकिन मैं सभी हिंदी समझ सकता हूँ, ये सभी डाइल्यूट माइन्यूट फ्लेवर्स और कलर्स सभी इमोशंस में समझ सकता हूँ, लेकिन बात करने के लिए फ्लुएंसी अच्छी तरह से अच्छी फ्लुएंसी से बात करने के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है। But still, the respected two Vidwans on the stage, Radhendra Ji, our Pramod Ji, our all illustrious distinguished personalities in the auditorium. It gives me immense pleasure and then great pride to be taking part in this wonderful event of Sanskar Bharati in Bhopal. I am immensely happy. जब स्पेशल आमंत्रण निरंजन जी से आता है, you cannot say no, you cannot escape from him. He's a very and because he is one of the most affectionate personalities, and he is undoubtedly, Niranjan ji is one of the great pillars of Sanskar Bharati. Yes. We are all immensely proud of people like Niranjan ji, and Niranjan ji, people like him, Karyakartas like him, I'm very sure, will inspire thousands and hundreds and thousands of other people, especially younger generation, to join hands with Sanskar Bharati. With all the humbleness, and then I want to put forth few things about you. And first and foremost is Bhopal Sanskar Bharati is considered one of the very prominent, very vibrant Sanskar Bharati branches in our country. I'm not making this statement because I'm here. We all know about it. Thanks to each one of you, all the Karyakartas. I always keep telling about this one, you all have made me the president, but I'm like you all. We are all Karyakartas. We all join hands. Somebody has to sit there, somebody has to sit there, somebody has to operate there, or these kinds of many things. Ultimately, we are all one. We are all working together to take the great spirits of Sanskar Bharati to further height, further glory, for further brightness, and then make our country a brighter one. I was so inspired listening to all the eminent personalities. Today I heard 2 great speakers this morning. Both of them are amazing. Their clarities of thoughts, and then the special light they throw on Bharatanatyam Shastras, different aspects and things like that. And of course, Pramod Ji and Rajendra Ji. Few things I was observing. In this afternoon session, Pramod Ji predominantly spoke about the practical aspect of it. Ultimately, any text, whether you call it a fine arts text or music text or Natya Shastra, whatever it is, ultimately the effectiveness of any musical text or any text related to theater or dance or natya shastra or whatever, that comes to challenging thing only when you bring on the stage. So on that direction, Pramodji spoke so wonderfully. The all the ideas that he undergoes while directing a theater, directing a drama or a play or whatever it is, all the wonderful ideas that was originally inspired by Bharati, and that was predominantly what he was speaking about. Later on, when Rajendra ji was speaking, he was predominantly talking about the great heritage of our country. Now, I want to add a little more to that aspect. What he was saying, unfortunately, one Aristotle, one Socrates, one somebody else become more relevant to us, more important to us, then we don't think about our own Shankaracharya, our own Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Arvindaji, or Vivekanandaji. No. At the same time, some other, we talk about, even in the schools also, back in Karnataka state, Rajendraji, they study about Greek theatre, Roman theatre, Japan theatre, or this theatre, that theatre. Nobody even knows about Bharata. We don't know what is really happening. We have absolutely no idea. In the similar way, many other music genres become more important. Michael Jackson becomes more important to us than our own Haridas ji or Tantin or our own Tyagaraja, Purandradas. Whereas many learned scholars and musicians from Europe and America nowadays, they come all the way to India and then they want to learn Indian classical music. That is the greatness of Indian classical music. They know that Indian classical music today is one of the most sophisticated, one of the finest, one of the most complex, and one of the most expressive classical music genres in the world today. I am not saying this, the entire world is saying this. Everybody knows it, and then we need somebody else from the Europe to tell you that, your country is great. Until now, we don't know. I'm very happy listening to Michael Jackson. I'm very happy, talking about some other theatre, Greek theatre, Roman theatre, Aristotle, such. We call the Alexander the Great, the Napoleon the Great, the Genghis Khan the Great. Whereas I don't see our own Krishna Devaraya, Vikramaditya, our Shivaji, they are not great to me. I don't know, we don't know what is really wrong with us. I'm not saying they're not great. My point is, we all know that why are these wonderful, great powerhouses from our own countries, why don't we call them great? Anything from Europe, anything from different place, is always we look at the great thing. But our own thing, our own Indianness, as Rajendra ji was mentioning, are wonderful things that we have is one of the greatest treasures you can think of. Just listen to what Pramodji was mentioning about all the ideologies. Bharata Muni, undoubtedly one of the most scholarly, one of the highly accomplished, one of the highly respected scholars who not only wrote about any one aspect, either in music or dance or natya shastra or this or whatever. He's probably the first and probably the only eminent scholar who brought in all disciplines and then made one natya shastra. That is something super special. We don't know the value of Bharati Muniji. Nobody else has done it. Anything, then the natya shastra's contribution to theatre arts or literature or Natya, Bharatanatyam. The Bharatanatyam, the entire thing is based on Natya Shastra. Even for Indian classical music, I'm pretty sure Praveen ji will agree with me, even the 22 Shrutis, we talk about 22 Shrutis, classification of music instruments and many ragas, the ideas of raga elaboration and raga the exposition of raga, alapani, everything, even the compositions, kirtan, tal, different varieties of tala. Every single thing, the way it has been described in Natya Shastra is something super special. No, and then it is even today, even close to after 2000 years, even today it is so relevant. That is why Bharata Muni becomes so relevant, so respectful to all of us today. As it's been discussed, we all know that not how many people know about Bharata Muni. Very few of us. Very few of us. We don't know. We don't have the pride in our own people. We don't evaluate. We don't respect our own ideologies, our own treasures of knowledge, and then we say very conveniently say that oh, that is great from somewhere else. This is great. That great. Whatever. Chromatic scale becomes very important to us. I'm talking more about violin and music because that is my field. Chromatic scale, whereas gamakas and the nuances are the means and those minute things, the microtonal things for which Indian classical music is so popular all over the world. Now we don't know the value of that one. We need somebody else to tell us about that one. In this connection, a really thoughtful, meaningful, and relevant mahotsavs like Acharya Bharat Muni's Mahotsav or Natarajotsav or Tyagarajotsav, things like that, our own heritage is so important. And Sanskar Bharati, we all know Sanskar Bharati is undoubtedly one of the largest, one of the super strong, one of the largest groups of cultural organizations in the world today. We have more than 1,600 branches all over the country and the elsewhere. Nowhere else you can see this many organizations. And every single one is functioning immensely in a wonderful manner, Sanskar Bharati. And look at the eminent personalities like you all who have joined your hands with Sanskar Bharati. I don't know. When you make me stand before such a scholarly people like you are, I feel very humbled, honestly, because I know the value of each and every artist and each and every scholar. I know the value of it. It is much easier to train one engineer, but it is not so easy to train one kalaka. One artist is very, very difficult. He has to sacrifice his entire life for the sake of art. Entire life. He spends all his life. And even then, they say that, I'm still a student. That's what Prabhuji was talking about. Even after his 85 years, you ask him, he will tell the same thing. Oh, even today I'm a student. That is the sanskar. That is the sanskar. That is the great Indian value. That is the tradition of our country. We never say, oh, I am great or whatever. No. The more deep I go into any art form, more humble I should become. The deeper I go, I know how much more is there, how a tiny speck I know, whether it is a music or theatre arts or literature or painting or dance. I'm pretty sure you all know about this. And the way our sanskar resolves around these kinds of wonderful ideologies. Respects to elders. When we see elders, you do pranam, take them their ashirvad. That is one of the simplest things that we do. And Sanskar Bharati is predominantly revolves the ideologies and the way Sanskar Bharati works today. Originally, revolves around these wonderful Indian traditions. And look at the way Sanskar Bharati is functioning today. Bringing all different genres of music or dance or natya or theatre arts from every corner of our country. Identifying every single diversified traditional art forms and bringing in the great, and then the giving and creating a beautiful platform for every single artistic expression, and ultimately, fostering the ideas of the sense of pride when it comes to the patriotism or nationalism or uniqueness, and we are all one. These kinds of wonderful ideologies, Sanskar Bharati is working based on these wonderful things. By fostering a deep sense of pride in India's artistic tradition, Sanskar Bharati, is empowering the future generation also, and then we are trying our level best to inspire the younger generation, our children, to take up the arts and the fine arts and the performing arts and literature, so that the great tradition, the lineage, the great sampradaya, the parampara of Indian ideologies is preserved and then promoted. And we have been providing platform to every single artistic expressions, whether it is Hindustani music or Carnatic music or Bharatanatyam or Kathak or Kuchipudi or West or South or whatever, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari to the Northeast to all the way down here to Mumbai, every single artistic expression is so fantastically being projected and then empowered on the platform of Sanskar Bharati. I am immensely proud. One of the finest, one of the greatest things that has happened to myself is associating myself with the Sanskar Bharati. I am pretty sure you all agree with me that you all have a similar feeling for Sanskar Bharati. So this is one wonderful movement. Sanskar Bharati is no longer one organization. Sanskar Bharati is an andolan. Sanskar Bharati is a power thing. Sanskar Bharati is a thought-provoking, a light, a bright light, through which we all can come down, we all come out together and then preserve and then promote and empower and then highlight the glory of our Sanatana Dharma. That is why Sanskar Bharati functioning all the way. And I can go on talk about Sanskar Bharati. I can go on talk about Bharat Muniji. But ultimately, each one of you here, as I was talking to you, Pramadji, this morning, each one of you is equal to at least 1,000 people. You look at the caliber. Each one of you is equal to 1,000 people, and inspiring people through our artistic expression ultimately becomes more important. And Sanskar Bharati is always for this wonderful idea. And we have been organizing not only Bharat Muni's Mahotsav, even Nataraj Utsav, and this Saturday we have the National Bharat Muni Award ceremony happening in Delhi. And every next week, just 2 weeks ago, we had another Tapasya, fifth part, Tapasya which is also part of Sanskar Bharati. Tapasya recently celebrated its 50th Golden Jubilee celebration also. So many people were there, and then even Mohanji was there, Mohan Bhagwatji was there, all eminent personalities in Kerala, everybody was there. The way Sanskar Bharati is creating a oneness is something super special. I am very new to Sanskar Bharati in this position, and it feels slightly humble. I feel very humble when I see all your the highly accomplished and experienced personalities like you are as a president of Sanskar Bharati. And I take this opportunity to request all of you again for your continued support to Sanskar Bharati and your continued power and advice and then suggestions. We are immensely open to all your suggestions and your advice for Sanskar Bharati's further, the way of functioning. We are also in the context of changing modern times. We are also thinking how beautifully, how comfortably we can adapt to different modern context also. We are also trying and we are also learning many new things about the functioning, how the Sanskar Bharati should function so that it reaches the younger generation in a much more effective, perfect manner. And so one more time, I seek all your cooperation, all eminent, the original, the real power of Sanskar Bharati is the cooperation and blessings of eminent personalities like you are. I'm pretty sure you will always be with us, and you are the power, you are the guiding force to Sanskar Bharati, and let us join our hands to take and the great heritage of Indian culture and then make our India much more stronger, brighter, and then much more visible to the Western world. That is our next target. We are not happy, we are not satisfied. Only with India, we only know the power of India. I want even the Europe to know the wonderful heritage of our country. At the same time, I want to see how Western audience in Europe or America or Canada or whatever it is, they should also know, they should also respect widely the great heritage of Indian culture. So that is our ambition now, for which we seek all your cooperation, and I am so happy, and I was able to spend one full day with all of you, and the way you all work like one single family is very, very inspiring. I am also part of your family, and thank you all so much, and then your continued support is more stronger, is more expected. We want more number of youngsters to join Sanskar Bharati, and then whether they're children or college goers or young people or whatever, we want to make Sanskar Bharati much more stronger. I'm pretty sure we are going to do it, and I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Bhopal Sanskar Bharati and my respected elder brother Niranjan ji and all the Karyakartas of Sanskar Bharati. Thank you all so much, and then hope to see you sometime very, very soon. Namaskar.